Hello and welcome back to another review. And today we have the Baron Fig Squire in stainless steel. Now, I should add that anything I review, I'm either buying with my own money, or in this instance, I was going to buy it, had a look on YouTube and online for reviews and thoughts and opinions of other people who might have used it, and couldn't find a single one. Now, as the pen is $95, I wasn't going to just spend that without seeing, what other people kind of had to say for it. So I contacted Baron Fig, and they very kindly offered to send me one out so I could put a review on there for other people to have a look at. So this is the packaging that it comes in. You may have seen that the other Baron Fig Squires generally come in the cylindrical type kind of cardboard case, which personally I prefer. This feels a little bit normal, I suppose. Baron Fig don't do many normal things. This feels a bit more normal, but on the plus side, it stacks in the shelf easier if you are someone who generally keeps the boxes for things, as I do. And then inside, you have this little leaflet, Design in New York City, and the pen by which ideas become real. How very nice. So put this to one side. And then the actual pen itself is in this foam cutout. Very nice, very easy. There you go, put that to one side. And so the pen, it is the same as every other Squire, and there are plenty of reviews online on YouTube of other Squires. So yeah, check those out as well. And at the end of the day, the actual refill that it comes in, which is the Schmidt P8126, I believe. That's the same refill. You can put that in any pens that take those refills. You can change the refill for any kind of Parker style refill, and it looks like this. Take the cap off at the back, like so. So there's not many parts in it. So that's the end there, and the spring, and that's the refill. So it's a branded one. So it's Baron Fig. The pen is a mighty sword, but it is just a rebranded Schmidt P8126 refill. Pop that back. So it's all very simple, very easy, not too many moving parts, and once it is in place, the actual mechanism to open it, which is just that twist at the end, so it's locked in, it's very solid. There's a nice clunk, I don't know if you can hear that. And all in all, it is incredibly simple. Now, Baron Fig do a few other metal pens. So the standard one, as you may know, is the aluminium or aluminum if you're across the pond. And they also do a copper version and a brass version. Now, I don't know if you've ever used copper or brass pens. They leave a bit of a metallic smell on your hands, on your fingers. Some people like that. I don't. I find I have to kind of wash my hands with soap every single time I use a copper pen. And despite how kind of antique they do look, and they develop a nice patina, and they kind of can look very authentic after you've used them for a while. Personally, I don't like that smell. So the stainless steel one has no smell. It's the same stainless steel that you'd be used to anything, cutlery, computers, everything else that you can use stainless steel for. It's exactly the same, and it looks good. Now, it is weighty. So depending on if you like a heavier pen, I weighed this one and it clocks in at 46 grams. Generally speaking, I'd say that's probably about twice as heavy as a lot of pens. I don't have the weight of the normal Squire, but I'd guess it's a good 20 grams heavier than the normal Squire. But I like it personally. I find it's easier to write with. I don't carry it around a huge amount. It generally stays at home, And yeah, for me, it just feels easier to write with a heavier pen. Baron Fig. It just flows easy. The refill's nice. I've kind of, I had it now for about a month, just to really see if I'd really like it and how much I'd use it. And yeah, as rollerballs go, obviously the refill is the refill, so that's the same for everything. And this was part of the reason why I wanted to actually feel and have a look at the stainless steel one myself. Is the refill is exactly the same. It's going to write the same in this. It's going to write the same as the copper one, in the aluminium one. In any other pen, you put the same refill, it's going to write the same. So what you see there, you'll see everywhere. But the actual pen itself, yeah, I mean, I love the weightiness of it. I think it looks good. I mean, I've used this a lot over the past month, and barely even a fingerprint on there. There's no marks. I haven't dropped it, and that is, I suppose, one of the things that people do have an issue with, of it rolling away, and it will make a bit of a clatter if it hits the floor. You can get what are they called? Clips. Thank you. You can get clips to go onto them. The Fisher Space Pen clip will work. But I don't like that personally. I like to keep it there. I have just a very basic kind of cover for it to go in like that. Just slides in there. And this is something that I bought myself. It's nothing too fancy. You can get the Baron Fig one, which I probably would have bought had I thought about it. I think that's about $25. That's the leather one. You can buy that from Baron Fig. So yeah, all in all, I think if anyone stumbles across this video and happens to wonder, what they think to the stainless steel Squire, for me, if I could do it all over again and I had to buy another one or buy something else, then I would absolutely buy another one. There's zero complaints from me. I mean, this is kind of decent paper as well, so it's 90 GSM paper. There's not a lot of, you can see a bit of ghosting there, but there's no bleed through. And I just like the way it writes. I find it's easy to write with. I find the weight is good. I'm not going to do the whole balancing act that you see on some of the marketing, but I like the length of it. I find the actual weight for the length is very good. I'm not a big fan of light pens. It's $95. And this is 90 GSM paper, and it is 46 grams. It just flows very smoothly, and I think that is helped by the weight. The mechanism is rock solid, and it's just something that could potentially last a lifetime. So that's the Baron Fig Stainless Steel Squire. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. Thank you for watching.